Exploring Hugh Gorge and Upper Hugh Gorge. Camping at Hugh Junction. Filtering water. My name is Matt Brown and this is part 12 of my Larapinta Trail Impressions and Review series. Today's hike started at the camp at the entrance of Hugh Gorge, where there's water, toilet and shelter. The trail follows Hugh River into the Chewings Range. I set up camp at Hugh Junction and then explored stunning Upper Hugh Gorge. Today I literally only explored the Hugh Gorge, which is amazing. Hiked up from the campground at the beginning of Hugh Gorge. First bit of water right after the campsite. It's gonna get interesting. Couldn't feel much different to yesterday walking on the plain. Wow. Still cool in here in the shadow. Beautiful. Beautiful hiking through Hugh Gorge. I just love hiking in the creek bed. It's so nice to pick your own way through an untrekked gorge like this. You just pick the way of least resistance, and yours might be different than somebody else's, so it isn't really much of a right or wrong. Just learn to read the riverbed, pick the right path. Sometimes it's not so obvious, but often on the inside bend you would find a smaller rock, the sandier parts, because it flows slower there. Or on the outside it flows faster and you get the bigger rocks, which can be good too sometimes, because then maybe there are no rocks at all and it's all just nicely washed out bedrock. Yabba dabba doo, I guess. Yabba dabba doo is appropriate. Oh, it's beautiful. I like those kind of hikes. Just really to follow a faint track is so much harder, I find, than to follow no track at all and make your own and pick your own. Sometimes a place like this you don't see that anybody has walked here before, and then again, because of the vegetation and the rocks, it seems to channel everybody into the same spot, and then you see all the footprints in a patch of sand and like, yeah, hundreds of people walked through here in the last month. Step into the shadow and it feels like you step into one of those commercial fridges. Amazingly cool here, and it's about 10:30 at the moment. The sun shines, it's hot, the flies are out, but here, I don't know, it's probably 10 to maybe 10 degrees. Hugh Gorge is rightfully one of the highlights on the Larapinta Trail, that's for sure. Unbelievably beautiful. I think what adds to it is that until now it was so dry. All of a sudden you come in here and there's water, there are trees, it's green. Just amazing. And those pools with fishes in it, birds everywhere, so much greenery all of a sudden. It's fantastic. This is the first bit of flowing water I see out here. And I've been told it's about 1.5 years since they had the last proper rain. Incredible. There are fish in here. Where the trail turns sharply east towards the Razorback. There are a few spots where you can pitch your tent in the riverbed, nice and sandy. So I did that and then hiked up into Upper Hugh Gorge, which takes about an hour return or maybe 40 minutes return. Upper Hugh Gorge sure is a bit more rugged, but this looks very promising. It's going to be this amazingly narrow gorge at the end, I believe. It's absolutely stunning. The walls of the gorge just keep coming in until you have a really narrow chasm. Amazing. And where do all those rocks come from? Don't want to be here when one of those comes down. And then there's a water hole in that, which kind of defines how far you can go. I don't think you want to swim there, it's really cold. Besides, people like me are using that for drinking water. Really, I think water holes out here you shouldn't swim in. You should take water out and wash yourself a bit away from the water hole so that others can use that for drinking water. I've contemplated for a while by now to take a couple extra days on this trek because, well, mainly because I can. I had a cheaper flight heading out of Alice a few days later than I would have needed, and so I kind of have 4 nights in Alice, which I can still change. I began to think that why would I spend those days in Alice and pay for it when I might as well camp out here. So that's what I'm doing now. Ow! The ants. Oh, they bite quite a bit. I don't know why they bite me. They just crawl up on me and then they bite me. Anyway, I mean, have a look around behind me. What's not to like, eh? Just really nice. So I decided to take it really slow through the Druings Range for the section from Hugh Gorge to Birthday Waterhole, which can be hiked in one day in about 8 to 9 hours. I'm gonna take 3 days. Yeah, surface, I mean, it's some creek walking with quite some boulders in it. Definitely hard or very hard. Saying that, I was actually surprised at how easygoing it felt. You're just not very fast. That's all. I'd rate this gorge, this hike through this gorge, that's a 5 out of 5 for me. The scenery is just absolutely fantastic, and it adds to it if you've been in the flat plains and all that dry areas. All of a sudden that greenery here, the water is just really nice to see. It makes you appreciate it more. That's what I'm trying to say. 5 out of 5.